Welcome everyone. 14th of August. It is about 12:30 in the afternoon. We are in Plymouth and I'm gonna walk around Plymouth. Haven't been here in years. So I just paid for parking. It was $10. That wasn't too bad for the full day, as long as you leave before midnight. So I'm feeling a little bit better. I've had some health problems recently, but I'm feeling a lot better. So I'm gonna walk around and we're gonna look at Plymouth and see the sights of Plymouth, where it all began. The Pilgrims came here. So with that being said, see you in a minute. Plymouth Memorial Plymouth Memorial Building. Ace Frehley from KISS will be here on August 25th. Ace Frehley from KISS is on his own. Did KISS break up? Anyway, this is where Ace Frehley's going to be on August 25th, next week. Ace Frehley's going to be in downtown Plymouth. Cloudy day. Pilgrim Hall. That's the, let me see, we're entering the historic district. So Plymouth Hall must be the museum, and it is. Pilgrim Hall is the museum, which I don't think is open. And it is closed. Okay. Pilgrim Hall is closed. This is downtown Plymouth. Hey, wonder who that was holding that camera. Good looking guy. Look, look, everything looks historic. Oh, except for that, that's 1957. Yeah, made to look old. That's old. The Widow's Walk. The Widow's Walk, so the sailors, so the wives could see their sea captain husbands and see if they were coming home. Worcester Street Historic District. All right, please don't run me over. Thank you. That's an interesting building. should have worn my hat. I'm a little bald, and the sun's really starting to come out. It's a busy downtown. Welcome to Plymouth, America's hometown. Well, what do we got here? I am right. Where am I? I am here. So, let's see. Final lunatic records. Okay, so this must be a bunch of lunatics around the place.
Well, and I don't know what to do with my dog. I said, you're fine.
San Diego's. A lot of bars, but I don't drink. So, but I eat. A lot of restaurants around here. That's an old building right up there, 1887. Well, I'm gonna have to go down by the water. I mean, it's a nice downtown. The Bridgewater police just drove by in Plymouth. They're a little lost. They're in the wrong area. You're about an hour west. Okay, that's an old building, not that old, but it's old. And this was the U.S. Post Office. It's not anymore. That I can guarantee you. Pilgrim Spring, Hilda William Brewster, erected by the town in 1915. So this is like a little mall, this post office. It's a majestic looking thing. These little post offices are all majestic looking. See what they got in here. Thank you. Well, it looks like all businesses, but they do have a post office in here too. It's right there. But this is, I guess it's a mixed-use building. Okay. We got into the end of the strip. I'm going to turn around. Go back to the water. This is the site of one of the houses built in 1621. 7 dwelling houses were built in the first year that the Pilgrims were here. In addition to the one occupied by the governor, this lot was assigned to Peter Brown. That's an old house. Let's see. Get a better look at it. Peter Brown was a good builder. Yeah. Thomas Mayhew house. Well, I guess that was Thomas Brown's lot. Thomas Mayhew house. Land conveyed from John Cole, 1705, to John Dyer, 1739. This house was built and sold to Thomas Matthew in 1741, who was the great-grandson of the founder of Martha's Vineyard. Wow. How do you like that? These houses look old. Yeah. Let's see what they got up there. Is there anything up there? I don't know, there's something up there, I'm not sure. It's some old houses. These houses outlived a lot of people. This tablet is erected by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts to mark the site of the first house built by the Pilgrims. In that house on the 27th of February, 1621, new style, the right of popular surface was exercised, and Miles Standish was chosen captain by a majority vote. On or near this spot, April 1st, 1621, the memorable treaty with the Massasoit Indians was made. Very first house right here. Certainly it's a beautiful area. Nice day out. This was the first house built. It's incredible. Yeah, still there. Here's the harbor, but I want to take a little walk down here first. They got a little park here. This is interesting. The little placard's gone. To the enduring memory of those immigrant settlers of Plymouth, whose Latter-day Pilgrims from many cultures and countries all over the course of the 3 centuries helped build upon these shores a robust and hospitable community. So this is for the immigrants, which America is built on. So oh, this is nice. Nice little brook. That leads right out to the ocean. And that was built in 2014. That's not original. Next stop, Plymouth Rock. Beautiful harbor. That's where the Pilgrims landed.
Oh, do you want to use the bag?
I suggested that she doesn't want people to make fun of her.
Oh, okay.
So no one would make fun of her, but
Food's about 15.
Me and my grandma, I think grandpa like fishing, and guess what? He
that's awesome.
and I like go to that like this.
Smart move. Nice. What?
And there is the Mayflower.
Il leur permettra de retrouver leur.
66 days at sea. No thank you. From England. There's no way. Sorry, not happening. I'm not doing 2 months on a ship like that.
Welcome aboard. Watch step right where you pass, and now down the first ladder way to your left.
Let's go to the rear of the boat. Well, I think it's called the aft.
We don't want these people up there, and we don't want those people down.
Yeah.
So this is the rear of the boat. At a cannon. Probably against pirates. Boy, this is a small boat.
Back in the day, like the flies and they had credit, but they didn't have the cards.
Well, they must have been small people back then. Because this is
No, they just didn't care about the people.
I guess not.
Well, look at today.
I mean, look, I can't even
Comfortable
stand
on
up.
an airplane?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I know,
Did they
right?
make it comfortable? Absolutely. Will they? No, absolutely not.
I
They lose money.
I couldn't spend 2 months on on this going across
Well, 2
the
months is
ocean.
how long it takes to travel from A to B.
Yeah.
The reality is it takes you 9.5 weeks at sea. It takes you 6 or 7 months to have a house to move into.
True enough.
Yeah. We only like to look at the A to B parts. We don't like to look at reality.
Where did they sleep on the ship?
The 102 passengers all would have been on this one deck.
Really?
All on this
102?
one flight. Down below us would have been restricted access because everything they're bringing with them to America would have been sent down there to store it away. Because it's an absolute necessity to have that weight down there to stabilize and keep the ship proportionally balanced
Right.
or ballasted.
Wow. How many people?
102.
102. And this ship, oh my goodness.
So like I say, you know, that whole mindset of like it's not gonna be comfortable. You get rid of that.
Yeah. Who was the captain of the ship?
The ship's master was a man by the name of Christopher Jones.
Christopher Jones?
Yes. Not only is he the highest ranking man in the crew, but he also owned a quarter of the vessel.
Oh.
So he's doing pretty good for himself.
Yeah, he probably had the best room.
He does.
Yeah.
You see it? And he doesn't have to share it with anybody.
That's important.
Unless he wants to make more money.
No. This is the front of the ship. Imagine over 100 people in this ship. Over 100 people from here where I'm standing to where to just past where those people are. Oh my goodness! And this is where they would sleep, right here. Oh my goodness!
Would have been stored down below in that level. They don't really know how long it's going to take
Wow.
to go from one place to another, so they're going to have to prepare for the worst and hope for the best.
How would they get that?
There's a ladder way, but they wouldn't have access to their own stuff down there. We've been on an airplane, so check luggage and then we go back to our destination.
The sailors are beginning to catch on because it gives them so much more room.
So your first and second mate on this voyage are going to be your navigators because they have been across the past. Your officer would be your first and second mate
So that being said, you have to use the whip staff. And that pull right there, you're just pushing it left, right, or port starboard. You're listening to an officer that's up above yelling commands at you. People on there, folks,
Yeah,
that's
this
where
looks
the
comfortable.
shipmaster would stay. So, master of the ship was Christopher Jones, who's the captain, pretty much.
And he stayed in this room?
Yep, and he stayed in that room.
Who stayed here? In this?
An officer, so a higher-ranking sailor.
Oh.
So this is just for the higher-ranking members of the crew.
Oh, okay.
And right there, meals, meetings, and leisure time for
Oh.
master and officers.
So they get away from the riffraff downstairs.
Yeah.
Well, I guess when you're spending over 2 months at sea, this is important. There's the cat. Don't tell me they ate cats.
Folks, this here, the ship is the steerage. This is where you're steering.
This is where they hung out. The captain and his first mate. The officers had their own little place.
Whip staff system right there. So that pole, this little whip staff, just push it up right.
That's the back of the ship.
You're listening to an officer. Meanwhile, there, that's the master's quarters. That's where the shipmaster, Christopher Jones, and some of his officers will be having meals, meetings.
Yeah. This isn't part of the original ship, that I can tell you. This is in case I fall overboard.
How you doing? You have any questions? That's crazy, huh? This is the half deck. Back here are where the navigators were working. They're looking at their charts. They would be yelling down through the conning hatch to the sailors at the whip staff as to the direction to take the ship in. Above that is called the poop deck. The poop deck is actually a French word for latrice, meaning the back part or the top part of the ship.
about that when about learning about the Titanic.
Yeah, so it's not actually where they're person. And thank you very much. So where they're going to the bathroom, you might have heard the expression, I have to hit the head, or I have to go to the head. That is a ship's terminology for the bathroom. And the Navy guys have confirmed it. They say, oh, we still call it the head. And the Army guys come on board and they say, no, we don't call it that. I go, no, you're digging a hole in the head, right? So we want the bathroom on the ship, in particular a sailboat, to be on the front part, the head part, because on the sailboat the wind's going to be blowing from the back to the front. The small stuff needs to go. You don't want to do it. Right. In addition to that, it's also wrapped around up front so the wind can go. As you look above us, we have black ropes and white ropes. The black ropes are the stationary ones; they're not moving. Those are the ones that the sailors are going to climb up on. The white ones are the ones that are moving, on the poles. Above us also, they appear to be crow's nests. They are not crow's nests because they have not been invented yet. In fact, if you are up on that working platform and looking out, that bar across the top, the sail is actually hanging off of that. So if you're up on that working platform with the sail hanging down, you would not be able to see beyond that sail. So you're not up there looking for the icebergs.
A lot of tourists here. French people just passed by. Okay. Sails of the sea. A beautiful day. I wish I had a boat. I wish I had money. And then I could get a boat. So, this is nice. Pedal boat. It's beautiful. And there she is. Imagine 2 months at sea, over 2 months at sea in that little boat. Whew. Busy. Where the Pilgrims landed, right there, Plymouth Rock. That's where it all started, baby. And that ship, that horror show, 102 people went across the ocean from England. Woo! No, thank you. All right, I gotta get up these stairs. What a beautiful view. Massachusetts, Great Sachem tribe of the Wampanoags. Great Sachem of the Wampanoags, protector and preserver of the Pilgrims, 1621. So he's one of the reasons why the Pilgrims survived. I don't think they really could have did it without the Indians. I really don't. see what's over here. The bones of the Pilgrims found at various times in and near this enclosure and are preserved for many years in a canopy over the rock were returned at the time of the tercentenary celebration and are deposited within this monument. So the bones of the Pilgrims are in this monument. Wow. 104 passengers died during, of the 104 passengers, these died in Plymouth during the first year. So there were 104 people, and in the first year, all these people died. Unbelievable. Wow. Wow. That's a lot of people. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, jeez. 10, 1, 2. That is a lot of people to die. Wow. Very sunny. I don't have my hat. Wish Isabella was here. Very educational, but the kids are not here. Isabella's not here. So, I tried to get a hold of them, but I couldn't. They were with their mom. So I just, I don't know, I couldn't get a hold of them. They would have loved it here though. You know, and I had a work call close to here, so that's why I stopped to film. Well, let's go up to this church. There's a church ahead of me, so we'll go up there and we'll see what that's about. But this is a beautiful town. I wouldn't mind living here. This is the site of the first meeting house, built in 1637, this building. Tell you what, it looks pretty good for being built in 1637. So let's take a look at this building, because that's a long time ago. So let's see. This is the meeting house, right there. Yeah, okay. It's a Pilgrim's arrival. The Native Americans in New England grew increasingly frustrated with English settlers' abuse and treachery. Metacomet, King Philip, a son of a Wampanoag, known as the Massachusetts Osamequim, called upon all Native people to unite to defend their homelands against the encroachment, resulting in King Philip's War, which lasted from 1675 to 1676. All right, Indians defending themselves. Courthouse Museum, built in 1749. So this probably was their courthouse. If you misbehaved as a pilgrim, this is where you went. So, I'm in the shade. This feels so good, I don't want to leave. Town House of Plymouth. On the site, 1749, stood the government house of the old colony. The building was erected as the county courthouse. All right. Until 1820, when it became the property of the town. All righty. Hi. This is everybody's last ride. Right here. Oh, reflection. Oh, this is a beautiful chair. English oak bench. So carved in 1740. All right. Beautiful. Everything feels good. Upstairs? Oh, I can get up there. Okay, great. Reproduction courthouse. Alrighty. Let's go up there. See what the courthouse looked like when they built it. But this was built far after the Pilgrims got here. This is when it was really...
I'm gonna sit out of frame.
No, you're not. They all say that.
Yeah, I know.
All right, look at this. Before the automobile appeared on the scene, Plymouth wasn't on the way to anywhere. You can see that again. I guess Pilgrims an old town. This was the old courthouse. This is where they'd hang you. The tribunal sat here with the judge. And you sat here, the prisoner. And then they tell you you're guilty and hang you on a tree outside. They knew how to do it back then. Well. All right, what is this? Oh, ballot box. Yeah, pending, so don't anyone try to steal this technology. All right, well, this is interesting. In 1880, 90% of the population had been native born. In 1900, that number was dropping. It would only be about 68% by 1910. Wow. One of the old days, Oregon's hometown. Yep. Town Square looks a little bit different now, doesn't it? The first church in Plymouth, right here. The Church of Scrooby Leyden and the Mayflower gathered on this hillside in 1620. Has ever since preserved unbroken records and maintains a continuous ministry. Wow. Here's the burying ground. Burial Hill. Now this has got to have a few pilgrims in it. So let's see. Burial Hill. Placed on the National Register of Historic Places in 2013. The first English settlers is known as Pilgrims built their first fort meeting house right here. So this was their first fort. And it is on a hill overlooking the water, so I suppose if you wanted a fort, this would be it. Burials, grave markers. Last burial took place in 1957. Wow, so if you were buried in 1957, you were buried with the Mayflower passengers, because they were buried here, including Governor William Bradford. Burials, grave markers were carved of wood and did not survive today. The stone markers were likely used starting in the mid-17th century. Today, the oldest known stone on Burial Hill is that of Edward Gray in 1681. Wow. All right. Here we are at the top of the hill. Here lies buried the body of William Crowe, died at age 55. Wow. 1683. Captain Jesse Turner, Elizabeth H., his wife. She's buried here. The captain's wife. This person, Jesse Turner, died. That's the captain in 1869. Age 53 years old. There's some pretty old graves. Generally the small graves of children. Major William Bradford. This is his grave. William Bradford, a zealous Puritan and a Christian governor of Plymouth Colony from 1621 to 1657. The year he died, aged 69 years. Well, what they say, only thing guaranteed is taxes and death. Not even the first governor of Plymouth Colony. First governor of Massachusetts. So what we do, everyone else is leaving a penny. I'm going to leave a nickel. Show of respect. These graves are so old. And this is where a fort was before it became the cemetery. This was a fort, which would only make sense because look at how high up it is. So you can see everything from here. Now you have to assume those trees weren't here back then. John Tribble died July 21st, 1815. He was 30 years of age. Wow. That is a shame. People died young back then. They didn't have the health care we have now. The drugs. And very peaceful here. And I have to take a rest. Yeah, it's nice and breezy up here. It's beautiful. A nice breeze. There's no sun. I'm in the shade. It's nice and quiet. So we are going to probably take one more trip. I'm going to have to go down that way. At least it'll be easy going down the hill than it is coming up. But I wish the kids were here. I wish Isabella was here. This would be interesting for her. So I'm going to come here with her again, but obviously I won't do a video with her. If I do, it'll be somewhere else in Plymouth. So let's take a look. We sat at the Yellow Rose, the Yellow Deli. Let's see what they got here. Sandwiches, meat, cheese, salads. Kind of got that antique feeling. And this is what we're looking at, folks. That is the buffalo wings and a root beer. That is good. Got an arcade for the kids. So it's pretty family friendly here if you want to take a vacation to Plymouth, Mass. Chinese restaurant, the Sun Dynasty. If you like Chinese restaurants. Not historic, but the food's good. I just had to run for my life. Okay. What is this. Looks like a penguin saluting. Okay. Okay, it's a penguin. It's a penguin in Plymouth. And it's either blocking its eyes from the sun or it's saluting. Okay. Mr. Penguin. Okay, and that'll do it for this Monday, the 14th of August, 2023. That was Plymouth. Pretty family friendly. Lots of places to eat, great food. Lots of sightseeing. So if you like the video, please subscribe. It's for Isabella. It's actually her channel, even though she's not on it a lot. She's busy. She's a busy girl. Those 8-year-olds, they got a lot to do, you know. And but like the video, subscribe to the channel. You can push the subscribe button on. I put a subscribe button on it, so on each video, so you can just push the subscribe button and you'll be subscribed. And other than that, thank you very much for watching, and the vlog is over.